Hi, my name's John. Welcome to another Sunday night nightcap. I did see on Wednesday that I was starting to feel better and this flu symptoms have gone away, where the bastards have come back even worse. My throat is red raw, coughing like a bastard, aches, pains everywhere. Could be worse, I suppose. Right, so that means I haven't done very much in the workshop. I did one job which I had to do, and that was refacing a manifold. The lads made a manifold for a Volvo, like a big plenum chamber manifold with Cosworth ram pipes inside of it. It really is a nice bit of gear. The interesting part is how I actually managed to set it up on the milling machine. I do like pushing my machines outside that sort of realistic limits. This is a one-off plenum chamber inlet manifold for a Volvo engine made by a friend of mine. This part here, that's Sierra Cosworth. It's got the Cosworth ram pipes inside of there, because I actually cut that manifold, machine it flat, and he's welded it onto a Volvo manifold face. And what he wants me to do is machine that flat. I've had a level on it and it is quite badly buckled, which you can understand with it being welded. The problem I've got is trying to mount it. There's nothing to mount it on. Even the holes here, I can't get into them. Normally, I would just say big linisher, but he wants the fly cut, nice bright shiny finish, so I'm going to do our best to try and get it machined for him. You can see his work is absolutely superb. He classes the welds as being reasonable. I think they're very good, because this cast aluminium is shite to weld. So that's the idea. Mount it somehow like that and get it machined. Could weld a couple of plates on the bottom, but I'm not going to do that. One thing that might help is I've got a couple of tapped holes in there, and a while ago I did get a bit of nice ground steel stock, and that goes onto there, so I've got an edge for something to roll against. That was to machine some long thin bits of trim off something. I can't remember exactly what it was for now, but it's done no harm at all drilling those two holes in the machine bed. There was a lot of controversy when I did it, but it's my machine and it right, so we've got that. It's kind of a backstop, I suppose, for it to roll up against. Nice just to put two clamps on there and that will hold it flat. I can put shims underneath it, depending on how it lies. Actually, it looks good. First thing we'll do is get it set by eyeball and then go from there and tweak it, and obviously it's going to be very, very light, gentle cuts. I can get a grip on behind there as well. I can get a grip both sides there. I can get a good hold of it. So that's tonight's little project. I haven't been in the workshop at all for the last few days. I've absolutely felt like shite. The noise you can hear in the background is my diesel heater running, because it's cold and I don't like being cold. Right, so I'll have a go at it first. Well, the first thing to do is find out how much travel we've got. I know I've got enough travel to skim this, so we'll take the table fully that way and work it out from there. That's the fly cutter I'm going to be using. Just a high-speed steel cutter, nothing spectacular. And the manifold wants to go there. Get a couple of T-bolts on it first just to stabilise it before we start to shim it up. Like I say, I can get a grip of it in quite a few places. We'll put another one in behind there. I've got it turned loosely, but it has got a good grip. You can see the fly cutter's touching there, and it's not touching there. So I'm going to tip it up that way a little bit. I don't know what's like end to end. I'm going to get it lying flat first. So I need to loosen everything off and tip it up that way a little bit more. Right, so we've got 4 clamps on it. So it's actually not looking too bad. It's touching all the way across. I'm going to take the manifold, do that end now, and see what it's like there. I'm only doing this because I do a lot of work for the lad, and he looks after me, so I look after him. Right, I've zeroed the DRO, see how much I've got. 0.4 of a mil, that's near enough as far as I'm concerned. And it is flying flat, so we're going to clamp it down nice and tight, give it a go really. I quite enjoy doing this sort of work, utilising what machinery I've got. Being on a big Bridgeport, you can just put it in a vise. Unfortunately I haven't got a big Bridgeport. I'm going to use it one if I want to, but it's not the same, is it? Right, so we've got a reasonable grip on it. I'm going to try this. Really about to do it, I've got I've given the screw in water. A little bit of compress there. I've dropped a little bit of a bollock because I was hot and I took my hat off and I've got the microphone stuck on the top of my wooden head. Anyway, I let to tweak the sound up. Still doing alright, still cutting, so it's halfway across the manifold. Quite happy with it. The other thing with this, it's got a fantastic light on it as well, so you can see exactly what you're doing. Still cutting, and I only put a 0.2mm cut on very little, but it will stop cutting. So that's the only bit it's not touching really. Right, and that's off the end, so we'll go back to the beginning. We're going to lock off the Z-axis at that. That's a 0.2mm cut, that should clean this up. Put the cutting tool on again. Putting a decent finish on. Depends on the aluminium what sort of finish you get. But that looks certainly reasonable to me. That's the feed rate I'm using in real time. I suppose you could actually zero that, you could see how far it moves in 10 seconds and go from there. Spindle speed is about 120, 130. That's all variable, so I can play around with the spindle speed and the feed rate till I get it to work the way I want it. I tend to adjust things that way rather than go off a chart or a book. I have got charts and books I sometimes use to get you in the ballpark, but you can't beat a bit of final tweaking by hand. And if you put in Sierra Cosworth in that manifold and high speed steel hand ground fly cutter, you're not going to find much, are you? It's getting near the end now. You can see how it's cutting there. That's it, there's missing. It should get it on this pass, I hope anyway. Right, so that's it. Nice bright finish where you wanted. Yep, happy with that. So it depends on the aluminium. You can get a mirror finish, something's it's shite, that's acceptable. The other handy thing we're having this spray device on, I've got an airline as well. I mean, that took literally 10 minutes to machine and an hour to set up. I mean, what do you charge? You charge a 10 minute or do you charge the hour? It's quite a strong mix of coolant, so it won't cause any rusting problems on the machine. In fact, it actually cleans them. Takes the paint off, makes them nice and clean. So that's the second time I've used that and it's been really handy. Once again, it's just time to say thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And yes, I'm going to carry on banging on about mental health. At the minute I feel like shite, but at least my head's sort of going in the right direction. There's a nasty stigma about mental health with blokes, women as well, but especially blokes, they just won't talk about it. If you're starting to feel like shite, you'll know when something's going wrong. You need to get help. If you bottle it up inside, it just gets worse and worse. Believe me, I've been there. If me seeing this makes one person go and get help, it's well worth it because this is not easy to see. Anyway, thanks for watching.